Well, hello there, and welcome to this episode of Grow Wealthy Grooming. I am your host, River Lee, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about the reason I was not here last week. If it was really funny because I was like all ready to go, prompt and ready, and then I found out that you actually need 1,000 subscribers in order to go live on your phone. And guys, we are about 80 people short. So if you know anybody who would like to be subscribe to our channel, please encourage them to do so. We are this close to actually being able to do a lot of things with this channel. Excuse me. As always, we have Fire the Himalayan cat coming in. Just ignore him. Just ignore the cat. We are a little situated right now because I just got my new computer. I'm very excited. And we are going to go ahead and get ready to... Listen, cat, nobody wants to see your booty. No one wants to see that. Thank you. So if this is the first time you are here, welcome. My name is River Lee. I am the founder of the Savvy Groomer, where I teach pet professionals all about how to build a business that they love. So let's go ahead and talk today about our topic, which is going to be, what is a business retreat? Now, I loved having a business retreat. This is the very first one I've ever hosted, and it actually went way better than I could have ever anticipated, which honestly, I won't lie, guys. I was a little bit worried about it. I was a little bit afraid of how it was going to do it. Stacy's like, yes, we want to see that cat. He just decides to show up. He's actually really funny. Even when I'm doing coaching calls, like, he will come up and he will like hang out. Like, he just likes other people. He hears me talking. He's like, there must be a person showing up. A little attention to her. Mind you, the dog doesn't mind. She's never, I swear, one of these days I'm just going to have her come on and I'll be like, this is my poodle. And I swear to God, she's like, no thanks. But anyway, I digress. So going into what a business retreat is. So if you guys have never been on one, there's all different variations of business retreats. And I've been on quite a few. I've been on the ones for the CFMGs, the National Cat Groomers Institute. I've been on these retreats that were geared towards business growth, kind of more of a mastermind. And for me, it's just been one of those things where I wanted to have education, but also the opportunity to enjoy a vacation. So I wanted mine to be an educational vacation. And where I decided to do mine was in Newport, Rhode Island. As you guys know, I love Newport, Rhode Island. It is one of my happy places. It's the place I really enjoy going, that it just makes me feel at home there. It's really fun. There's lots to do. There's great history. It's really safe. The locals are kind of my breed of people where they're a little crazy, but they don't mean any harm. Like, the joke is, I had one of the retreat people, I had said, oh, if you want, we can park your car off the island because there's so little street parking. And then what'll happen is tourists will park their car and leave it in a neighborhood for 5 or 6 days. And that just pisses off the locals. It's not uncommon for someone to slash your tires. They're not going to bust your window. But, they'll leave a note generally on your door, and then you won't move your car, and they think that you're intentionally being a jerk instead of just assuming that you're just not coming back to your car. I did over 10 miles of walking that week, and we had a blast. So the first night we got there, it was really loose and relaxing. We ended up going next door for this amazing meal at this place called Mama Luisa's. It's literally this cute little Italian place. I'm going to see. The worst part is I should have had all these pictures set up, but I don't. And what I will do, guys, is I will make a little album, probably on my Savvy Groomer page, once I get everything curated together to show you guys. But we had this amazing Italian dinner, and if you guys have never had real Italian, it's so scrumptious. And so we had this really relaxing time, and then we got to play Cards Against Humanity, which is one of my favorite games. It reminds me how I'm going to hell. No, just kidding. But it's just really fun. It breaks the ice. It's really silly. So we played that, and one of the retreat people had brought beers, which were like really yummy. I had fruit salad and marshmallow. It's all good. It was so, so good. And that was really tasty. So I got to try that. And we just had a really great night. And then Tuesday, we had a class. And it was actually a really in-depth class because we got to, when you guys go to a seminar, what I don't like about it is it's like, here's the information. Okay, run away, bye. This one, we actually had the opportunity to really go down deep. We were talking about outsourcing or hiring. And what was great is that Jennifer, who was there, I don't know if she's on our live today, but she had more questions because I started talking about different personality types and how being a different boss to those people. And we really were able to spend 3 or 4 hours, not just teaching the content, but teaching the content behind the content. And it's normally things I only get to do in one-on-one coaching. So I really loved that. I really loved being able to go down deeper, really share my knowledge, and then also have others share their knowledge. So that was amazing. And then after that, we got to go out to eat and we walked around shopping. Day 3, we had 2 more classes that we did. So we did another class and we were, not a big deal. We did a business class and then we actually went and got our tarot cards read. There's a local tarot card reader and our palms read. We walked around stores and I won't lie. I said to everyone, listen, I love you all. I need to go relax because I'm a little tired. Talking all day, every day is great, but I just need a little bit of a break. And then when we got back, we were able to do another class. And again, because it's such a niche thing, I was able to do a class that wasn't on the docket, but I said, if you guys, this one might be a better fit for this group. So I taught a different class, which was so much fun because I love being able to pivot and actually be able to teach people what they need taught versus just having to do these cookie cutter things. You guys know how much I love cookie cutter bullshit. So anyway, so we did that and then we got to go out and eat out and do what we want to do. We went out for ramen, which was super fun, and continue to talk about business. The Thursday was the last official full day, and we just got to do different things. I won't lie. I had to come check on the cat. The person that was supposed to watch the cat did not watch the cat. Thankfully, I was only 45 minutes away, so I got to run back, do some laundry, check on the cat, and he had no water, which was very sad. And I'm like, that's it. I will never trust another person again. I will only hire someone. I need cameras everywhere to check on him. It wasn't a big deal. He was fine, but you just get nervous. Like the human kid's fine. Someone's watching the dog, but it is what it is. And he's not the smartest of creatures. He will just wait for someone to come rescue him. So while I was doing that, we had people that decided to just kind of relax in this yard. We had this adorable little yard. We had a little bunny that hung out. It was really, really fun. And then a few other people went and they went to go see the Newport mansions. Let me see if I can pull up the, we just had a blast. I don't know how to do that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out where to put the presentation. Let's try this. Yeah, it's kind of stretched, but let me see if I can show you guys because we had a lot of fun. I also had my attorney come by and he was more than happy to give some insight and information about, hang on a second, let me pull this up. Yeah, these are really fun. So they went to, let me pull it over here and see if we can do this. It's a little distorted. We'll work on it. That's pretty good. Let me transition. So like they went to the Newport mansions, which are super gorgeous. Yeah, it's a little better. I'm trying to figure out how to like get it square. But they got to see, I know it's a little distorted, but you can see it's so pretty. And I love the history of it all. It's just so gorgeous. So much fun. Da, da, da. Boop. So, yeah, they were able to look at all of that, and it was so much fun. And then we also got to do dinner. Let me find, that's a pretty darn good picture of all of us. We're so cute. It's a little distorted. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how to fix that. But like we had dinner on the water. We had oysters. We had all this fun stuff. It was just such a great time. But yeah, so that happened. And what are the benefits of a business retreat? Whether you go on mine or you go on another. And again, you want to make sure that you are talking and finding out what it is that they're going to teach, how it's set up, what's the teaching to fun ratio. I've been on retreats where all I did was learn, and I just found that very exhausting. I went on a beach retreat that was in Virginia Beach, and it was like 2 or 3 days of what I thought was mobile grooming, but ended up being dog grooming seminars, and then 2 days of cat grooming seminars, and then it was like half a day off before it officially ended. And I just found that very overwhelming personally. I prefer 1 or 2 days of education and at least 1 or 2 days of relaxation. So we had a lot of fun, and, I don't want to sound like super promoting, but it was just really lovely. And I cannot wait to do this again. I cannot wait to be able to offer this again because it allowed people to network, build closer bonds. I was so grateful to have the 4 women there that I did, because it allowed us to have fun, but really dig deep into each other's businesses, really ask the hard questions, which is so hard to do, in a computer setting. I do this all the time with my one-on-one coaching clients, but sometimes it's nice to be in this group where you can say things that are really vulnerable. Like, maybe I need to completely rethink my entire business model. Maybe I do need to increase my prices significantly. Maybe I was wrong about everything that I was doing. Yeah, Erin was there. She said it was really great. It was probably one of the best weeks of my life. I cannot wait to do it again. I really mean that too. Like, I had so much fun. I saw so much growth and confidence building. And I would never want it to be super big. I know some people are like, oh, I want it to be cheaper, so they'd rather have like 20 people there. I don't ever think I want one bigger than 10 people. I think 4 to 6 would be ideal. Maybe 8 people if that included my staff or people that have already come to one. But I think it being small was perfect. We had breakfast together. We were able to watch the beach together. Like, we went and we walked the beach in the morning. And it was really fluid and relaxing, but also it allowed for that unveiling of who we really are in our businesses. And I think that was really relaxing. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know if you can hear my voice. It's really tight. It's just like a trade show. I talked a lot, and I felt really bad because I'm like, guys, it is like 10 o'clock at night. I have to go to bed because I was tired. But I was really grateful for the whole experience. So, if these are things that you guys are interested in, we are going to be putting up a wait list for our next one. I would love to do another one in either January or February, somewhere warm, somewhere probably like Florida, because I hate the cold. And I'd love to do another one next year. And if you guys have more questions about it, I can always do another live where I explain more about it. But the main things about a business retreat, a well-run business retreat, is it allows you to connect with other people. It allows you to get close with people that you may not otherwise. I don't know about you guys, but it wasn't until I consistently went to trade shows that I started finding my groomer soul tribe, the people that really make me happy, that are growing and learning. And sometimes in this industry, there's a lot of people that are more than happy to just do the bare minimum, that want to just live in this suffering state. And being around people, especially other women, that want more in their lives, I think that is a real blessing. I think it's a real blessing to get to sit and talk and really get to know people, unlike what we normally do, right? Everything on social media feels a little fake. Like, I try to be very authentic. I share things that are really deep with you guys because I want authenticity in Savvy Groomer. It's really important to me that we're honest with each other, and I'm not perfect. I mean, I think that's one of the most important things to me. I'm tired of watching influencers and other people in the industry, not specifically, I don't blame them. I just would rather be more real. I mean, you guys saw my jacked up red hair when it happened, and it's looking a little better now. It's all good. But, I can't be perfect. I got a giant zit that I'm going to have to I've been trying to deal with since I got back home, mostly because I ate nothing but yummy, yummy, yummy food I should not be eating all week, which was amazing. We had oysters and alcohol and all kinds of food that was not good for my belly, but it's my favorite, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, guys, I mean, business retreats are an opportunity for you to do a deep business intensive with a group of supportive people. We were very lucky that, and again, I don't know if it's because of the people that came or just because Savvy Groomer really only attracts people that are good and kind and, want better. I think that they know that I will beat the crap out of them. Not literally, that's terrible. They know that I have zero patience for somebody who is going to tear other people down. Sometimes I feel unintentionally like I'm being people's moms and that I'm telling them what to do. And it's less that I'm telling them what to do. I just want them to know the consequence of decisions. And that's really hard. I'm like, listen, you can definitely do this. I just think that this is a poor choice. And that's a hard place to be sometimes for me, especially because a lot of times I see people come to me when things have gone wrong. And I don't want to be that person that's like, hey, all this bad stuff could go on. Like today I was talking to somebody about they have a partnership and I'm really concerned for them. And I don't want to have to say to somebody, hey, your best friend might create problems for you. That's not what I want to do. But if I don't say it and nobody else says it for them, I would rather be that voice. And so being in a group of women this week that were super supportive to each other, it was so great. I don't want to name names in case if anyone's embarrassed, but one woman, I could feel that she was almost mad when we did this class. And she's like, well, this is just ridiculous. Like mad that we basically were talking about the market being wrong financially. And it's like, well, it just depends because a lot of times we're so fast at things. I've been grooming almost 15 years and I have plenty of people that are business coaching clients of mine that are power groomers. I have the benefit that I never was a power groomer and I have no interest in being a power groomer. When you're building your business around, when you're building your business around what you can do, it's really hard to be able to imagine what it's like. Candace is asking, what does it cost all around? So what we did this trip, and again, I will have to see what it costs as far as everything, because that's what it costs for this one. And, again, I won't know until I book the Airbnb, but I would say it's going to be, this one was $2,500 a room, and that's for one person. If you want a second person, it was a little bit more money. And I think that's probably what it's going to cost. And then it's going to be, so it's not cheap. I want to make that very clear. This is not cheap. This is basically a, 5-day, 4-day business intensive with bonding time. And what that included was 2 nights of meals. I put food in the fridge that people kind of munchy crunched on. And, I was like, I have all this food. My fridge has never been more full because, we ended up going out to eat anyway. It included all of the workbooks that I printed out, got together a little kit that came with everybody this week, and accommodations. Now, we might offer offsite attendees, but honestly, after doing this one, I'm kind of glad we didn't have any offsite attendees because I really liked having everyone in the house. So if someone was sitting, they could just turn to each other and say, hey, I heard this, like during this class. What did you think of that? It was really amazing. So yeah, I'm going to assume it's going to be about $2,500 for a private room. And when I'm looking at Airbnbs, most of the Airbnbs I don't really want something off season. Like, to me, there's nothing wrong if it's like a little bit off season, like Myrtle Beach in like September, or like somewhere like that in like April. But I don't want to go somewhere if I'm going to be near the beach or I'm going to be in that area. I don't want it to be cold. I don't want it to be cruddy. This week was a little overcast, but the weather was actually pretty reasonable. We were in our 70s. I wouldn't want to be there in the middle of wintertime. So like the places that I'm looking at in Florida, like I looked at places like being there, like I'm looking at like Daytona Beach. I'm looking at Cocoa Beach. I looked a little in California, but the Airbnbs in California are like through the roof, so that's probably not going to happen. But most of these places are about $1,000 a night, and then I miss a week of work. So I've got to add in all of that when I figure out my pricing. Erin's like worth every penny. I will say it's a tax deduction, and it was really a good vacation. If I went away with another groomer just as a vacation, and just the accommodations was over $1,000 splitting an Airbnb. So, it really wasn't that much more when you add in everything else. Candace is saying, what was your biggest takeaway that you learned from your group? As an educator, I think the biggest thing I learned is how much we're missing from group learning. I think that we spend so much time, just learning the material. And I love the saying, knowing isn't being. And I think that being in a group, a safe group, right? Like when I went to a lot of things with Tony Robbins, they create that. They create that group sense of growth. And it's really magical when you're the educator. It's teaching something, but it's not like each of them is helping each other put the pieces together. And it's really amazing. It's really amazing to watch everyone get different aha moments and sharing and nurturing, because everyone owns a grooming business there, but everyone owned different businesses or had different ideas. Like one person was under 20 pounds only every 4-week mobile. One person preferred like style, and they did do some big dogs, but mainly their goal was 4 to 6 week mobile, but dogs with style. One person had a shop, and her goal is to constantly be training new groomers and building them. And the other person was a shop with one bather. And we noticed in one of their businesses that what they wanted wasn't on the path that they were. And it was awesome to just watch all of that unfold, because a lot of times I have to push for the aha moment. But, what was so awesome is that, not only did they learn from me, but I'm listening, and they're getting aha moments that I wouldn't have even connected to. And it was really amazing. I really wish, the only thing I really wish I had done was hire a videographer, but I'll be very honest, because everything was so fluid, there's no way we could have really recorded all of that. And I think because we didn't record it, it allowed people to be really honest and really open. So as an educator, I would say that. And then as just a groomer who has owned a business, I think the biggest thing that I've taken away from this group is how, and again, I know it sounds really silly, but just how different everyone's needs, wants, lifestyles are. And especially people being from different parts of the country, seeing different wants and needs, and being able to see outside of myself in a more peer level. like, I think that's one thing that's really important to me for Savvy Groomer is being a peer and like being an educator, but always being open to learning more things. And that's not always the easiest thing, because a lot of ideas people give, it's not that they're dumb, it's not that they're wrong, but I do see it's kind of like when people want a certain breed of dog and they're like, oh, I want a pug because it's little and it likes people. And you're like, yes, but it also sheds and farts and it's going to snort. I see things that they don't see a lot of times. But then there's always those opportunities where they see things that I don't see. And that's really beautiful and enlightening. And it only makes me a better educator and it only makes me a better person. You know, it was so nice to have this really, really lovely opportunity. Candace said, would you do a cruise? I would. The only concern I have is one thing I really loved about doing this is it forced us to be together. And I worry that being on a cruise would stop us from that. I really worry about people avoiding each other and not building that bond. Like when we're eating breakfast together and like, hey, I'm going to Starbucks. Do you want to come with me? Or, hey guys, I'm leaving at 7 a.m. to go to the beach. If you want to come with me. In a cruise, I'd have to figure out how to create a way that there's a common area that we would actually spend time in or do things. What I don't like about seminars is like you go, you learn, and then you leave. So I'd have to almost do like where Savvy Groomer rents a suite, like a 3-bedroom suite. That way I can take my good, my lovely employees, be like, okay, guys, you come with us. And then we do the seminars in my suite. But I want to make sure that we build that camaraderie. So, ironically, I would probably do the cruise on the off season every year. Probably not this year. Again, last year I didn't, and probably not this year. I always do a Boston to Bermuda cruise every year. And I do a 7-day cruise. And I like Bermuda because it's really easy. So what we would probably do if we did a cruise is do like the days at sea. The first day would be our day. The last day would be their day. And then days at sea, we would do education and networking. But I'd have to know where we could do that, because I don't want people, I want people to have the opportunity to go off and do whatever the hell they want to do, but also still have like a place where they can come together. Like there was, outside, and this, like they had a little backyard. It was super cute. If I saw somebody sitting outside, it was really easier for me to go, oh, hey, do you want some company? And it's like, oh yeah, come on out. Versus on a cruise ship, you might never see them, unless the people were all wearing, Savvy Groomer, Business Retreat, and so that's like my concern about doing a cruise is I really liked that. Same thing with having offsite attendees, because I wanted to encourage that because, for me, I need personal space. I need downtime. I'm what they call an ambivert, where I have, I really feed off of people's energy, but I also get sucked from people's energy. So it's really weird. It's like I need interactions with people, but when I've had enough, I shut down. I'm like, all right, I need to go recharge my batteries. Like I felt bad because it'd be like, I'm having fun, I'm really involved. And then I was like, whoa, like I need to just go lay down and be by myself for a few hours. I just got to recharge. Because that's just how my energy works. It's like, I'm good. And then I need to relax and unwind. Otherwise, I will crash. Which is great for some things and not great for others. Like all Sunday, I watched, I watched some TV and I did basically nothing. I got back on Saturday and I just was like, all right, I'm done. I'm going to do laundry. I'm not going to see anybody or talk to anybody. I'm done. But I would love to do more of these. I am looking at Airbnbs now. And what I'd like to do is, now that I have a little bit more knowledge, what I would do differently is I would have 5 or 6 classes and say, okay, like which 4 do you want to pick? Have them pick 4 classes. But then obviously be flexible. What stunk about doing the impromptu class is I couldn't print out the workbook or the worksheets for it. But that's okay, right? Because I would rather teach a class that everyone needed than just do what I thought was, be like, oh, you really need this class. But I planned this one, so, So that worked really, really well. And everyone was really forgiving. I did the class on Canva, and I used my Apple TV, and I literally just share screened it. It was not perfect, but we made it work. It was actually really embarrassing because I had brought my old computer thinking, oh, awesome, I'll do the same thing with the computer. Except your girl did not bring a keyboard, so she could not log into her computer. And it was just very embarrassing. What are you going to do, right? Sometimes you just don't do it. I really would love, like I said, I'd really love to do more of these. It was so nice to just be relaxed and chill. And a lot of times too at a seminar, what's tough about a seminar is that it's like I'm this educator on a podium. I preach to you guys and then I'm done. Ruth, I saw what you wrote. Yeah, I'd love to meet you too. I love having these get-togethers. I'd love to do more of them. I'd love to be like almost this peer level, spend time. I do need to be respectful and careful with my energy because I did notice, and Erin, you were there. You definitely saw it. Like, it was really funny. I'm like, guys, I need like 2 hours of just like, it's not even a nap. It's just a lay and be away. It's like, yeah. It's like, guys, I need to lay and be away. Pardon me. Go back to my room. But yeah, I am definitely going to do this Airbnb again next year. So I got to yawn. Oh, drink some water. And it was just great. I had so much fun, and I can't wait to do another one. I laughed. I said I would do this. I would love to buy a big house and do one of these a month and just have people come down and be your host and share with you the knowledge I have and all of that. Aw, thank you so much. Ruth is saying she's becoming a fangirl. I keep telling everyone to check out our channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I will say the one thing that's really weird sometimes is like, I never want, it's not that I don't want fans. Like, I want to just be, listen, I'm a fellow groomer. I just read a lot. I have so much knowledge to give, and I'm here for you guys. And it's so important to me to be here for you. And you can ask anybody who is at the retreat. I don't hold myself on a pedestal. That's not totally true. I hold myself on a pedestal when it comes to Hot Pocket guys. Like, I'm definitely a total snot bag when it comes to like cheap guys. I have zero patience for it. It's like, listen, I built myself up from going from pregnant, living in my car, to like where I am now. And if you are still living with your parents in your 30s and you can't change a tire, I mean, what good are you, right? So I'm definitely kind of a snob when it comes to potential dating people, which is why I'm really good, I guess, with marketing for customers, because I'm like, listen, you're not even worth my time. But as far as other groomers, like, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I can definitely show you how to do it better. And then there's times when I learn from you guys. Like, listen, there are so many times when I read something or hear something, I'm like, oh my God, like, I just have to digest this because how can I integrate this wonderful knowledge? And I get that all the time, guys. So don't ever feel like, we are all peers here. We all have different strengths. I wish I could have been a power groomer. I could never teach someone to be a power groomer. It's just not in my skill set. I will never be one of those amazing groomers at competition level, partly because I'm lazy and part of it because that's just not the skill set I have and that I can share with you. There are people I love and respect, and, I want to be a part of this community. And I'm leading this facet, but it's not like I'm any different than anybody. And who knows? My goal is for you guys to learn and share that knowledge. Kimberly's saying, same here, Ruth. Aw, thank you guys. Erin's saying, yeah, but I think it was good for us too because then we talked to each other and bonded over food and activities. Absolutely. That's what I really loved. I will say, I love you. I loved everyone who was on this trip, but everyone was kind of like indecisive about food. So I would also have definitely had some more like lists of food. That was one thing it was hard for me because I forgot that I'm a foodie. So like, I don't care what food cost, and there's certain food I like, and I just was a little bit of a bad hostess, and I did not think about that till you guys got there. And I was like, oh, we can't just go to places I want to go. I want to know what kind of places you want to go. So I should have definitely made more of a list of things you guys could do in the area. I won't lie. That's something I will get better for next time. That's all I can do, right? Or if it's a place I've never been, then we get to explore it together. But I definitely think it was so much nicer to bond over food and, having that nice tight-knit community. My goal would be to keep it 8 or less, 10 or less. I don't really think it would be, unless if it was like people that had come, like let's say in like 4 or 5 years, and they came every year and they were already bonded and like everyone was like already knew each other. Like I will say that, like the Certified Feline Master Groomer, the NCGI, the National Cat Groomers Institute, does a CFMG beach retreat every year. They're doing a camping trip this year, so I was like, I don't want to go camping with groomers. That's not my forte. Not gonna happen. Although I won't lie, I used to every year. Up here we have the Saco River, which is on the border of New Hampshire and Maine. That would be really fun. And then you could see like the white trash part of me come out. Like what we do is that the problem is all my friends like that do that are now in other parts of the country. But what we used to do is like we'd have like a big Ford Explorer and we would get a camping site at the end of the river. And so what we do is that we drive all the way up and we would get in the little tubes and we would get like coolers on like little air like floaty things, and we would float down the river. So it was super convenient. Then when you get to the end, you get back to the campsite. But honestly, like that's going to be way harder to do because I like to be clean and take showers, and I just don't want to be like eaten by bugs anymore. That's just not where I'm at anymore. I would like to be right on the beach in a perfect world. And if not right on the beach, then I would like to be in a perfect world, definitely like in a place like we were, where we were right on this main road where there's tons and tons and tons of stuff. Ruth saying, I signed up for the monthly support. How do we get together? When you say monthly support, did you sign up for coaching or did you sign up for the group mentorship? I don't know what you signed up for, so I will have to find out whether that's through. I will say I am a little spoiled with my staff, because when people sign up for things, it sends someone an email. I'm not sure, and I won't lie, I've been completely out of the loop. So Ruth, if you let me know what you signed up for. Oh, so then you should be in the Facebook group. What I'm going to do right now, and you guys will see what I do, I'm going to go message Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine. Can you confirm Ruth is in the group mentoring? Now, if you're in the group mentoring, that is different than if you're in the price increase masterclass. So there's a couple of different products, and we can go on this tangent really quick, guys. So I love the group mentoring because we have a set amount of people that come in. We only open it up for it's generally only, so that's where I'm like, we should have noticed you in the group mentoring. It's open from the 1st to the 3rd-ish of the month. And then that way we know who's in the group, what their concerns are, what they want to grow. And then Quincy and I, we go at least 1 hour. Well, we go Thursday. Right now it's Thursday, Eastern, 8 p.m. And we go for about an hour, hour and a half, depending upon how many questions there are. As the group is getting bigger, we will add more days and times depending upon what time zones people are in, and also what their questions are. All right, so she's saying she's in the price increase class for August. So what's nice is that the price increase class that starts August 2nd. It's a 6-week class. What we do is we're going to be live on Monday. It's going to be 8 o'clock. So what's nice, you can watch this and then hop in the class. We did this for my sanity. Because if I'm already up this late, I might as well stay up a little longer. So we're going to do that. And then on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, what we do is we have what are called spotlight questions, where you can ask a question, about a 10-minute question, and we're able to answer that. Now, for additional support, we offer group mentoring. Group mentoring is, for just the group mentoring, it's $200. If you want group mentoring plus 1 hour of coaching, it's $500 a month. And so what that does is that you're in a group where you can ask us questions. We're more available than things like this because obviously my goal is, I really love one-on-one coaching. I really, really do. But what I struggle with personally is that I can't help everybody. I can have a max of 10 one-on-one coaching clients. That's not a lot of people. It's really not. And with the group mentoring, again, we get that community. I really am enjoying building a community of awesome people who want more in their lives. And I'm not, and someone was like, oh, what do you think of this person who's a business coach or this one? I'm like, listen, we all bring different things to the table. And there are plenty of people that I don't agree with. And there's people I don't agree with in grooming. I mean, how many of us love a groomer that we really respect and they do things that we don't agree with? Like, I'm trying to think of something that I'm really against. I'm really against calling 8 weeks a regular grooming client. No, they're not regular. A 4-week client is a regular client. So it really grinds my gears when someone's like, oh yeah, a regular 8-week client. I'm like, no. That is not a regular client. That really grinds me. But I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, they're wrong. They're stupid. They're this or that. I'm just going to be like, yeah, that's their belief system. And if that works for them, that's awesome. I literally had a coaching client say she prefers 6 to 8 week clients because she gets bored doing the same dogs every month. And I'm like, that's a weird choice, but you do you, fam. You do you. And I'm here to help support you do whatever you want to do. I can show you all the reasons why I think that's a poor choice, but ultimately it's your choice to make. But the price increase class is amazing. We've had so many people who have done so awesome. I'm really, really happy for them. With the price increase class, what's nice is you get to go together with a group, and then it's up to you when we're done with this group. You can make friends in the group, get an accountability partner. That way, when you guys are done, you can help support each other. I'm all for that. I think you guys really do need to make more friends. And this is a great community to make friends in because anyone who listens to me wants more. I've never heard anybody, and again, maybe we can all point them out and be like, what the hell are you doing here? You don't belong here. Of people that don't want more. People that listen to what I'm saying, they want more. They want to feel how they want more in their life. And I think that's the biggest thing. I don't care what more you want. More time with your family, more money, more freedom, more flexibility, more business, more success. But you just want more. And there's lots of people who don't want more. And it's okay to say, I want to earn more money and not do more work. I'm okay with that. Candace is saying, that's how I feel about 2-weekers. Exactly, girl. Exactly. When I had my membership in my shop, I loved having every week clients, every 2-week clients. So much fun, and it's just that it's building a business you want that feels like it's aligned with you. And, there's so many amazing people in this industry who are going to do that. And there's going to be people who don't want to do that. And it's all what you want. If you had asked me 5 years ago, I would have given you a totally different answer. And understanding the season of life I'm in and respecting other people's season of life has been something I've really grown. Because before I went through a really traumatic experience losing my twin daughters, I would have told people to just suck it up and push through it. And it took a super traumatic event in my life when I was not okay. I mean, I remember being horrifically suicidal and reaching out to people I love and respect. And because I am a rub dirt in it and get over it kind of girl, it's not that they weren't supportive, but I remember telling someone, like, I'm not okay. Like, I don't know how to say it any other way. Like, and I was afraid to explain what that meant, but I'm like, I'm really not okay. Like, I don't know how to fix this. Like, I wasn't broken, but I felt unfixable. And I think that was the aha moment I needed, because I didn't need to be fixed. I just needed to be and to heal. And it was so tough for me. Because I couldn't just get up and push through it. And what I found is that all the advice that told me to just shut up and get through it didn't honor my pain or my grief. And really learning how to do that in respectful ways allowed me to respect other people where they were, because it didn't matter if you handed me $1 million and said, okay, go build this giant business. I was not in the emotional place to do that. And that was such an aha moment for me. Ruth is saying, I've never thought that I could even think that I could save for retirement. I'm going to. Absolutely, girl. Here's the thing. Retirement is whatever you want. And I think that's the thing we never talk about. Retirement is a financial age. It is not like an age on the calendar. It's how much money is in the bank and how much you want, And I think about that all the time. I think about, where do I want to live when I retire? Like, I definitely want a house on the beach, but you guys have heard, and I'll stop gabbing in a minute. It's nice to just have this nice back and forth. When we were talking about how I'm considering moving somewhere cheaper, and it's because, like, I was looking honestly in Greenville, South Carolina, because I found like three or four bedroom with 3 bath, like 4 bedroom 3 bath for $250. And here, I mean, if I'm looking at like a 2 bedroom 1 bath condo that was built in the 40s and has never been updated. Not like in a fun way, like in a gross way. Like the carpet smells like dog pee. And like the house we stayed in is worth $1 million. And it just doesn't make any sense. And it's like, okay, well, I can either, make these financial decisions. It's all about calculated sacrifices. Do I want to move somewhere that's cheaper for 3 to 5 years, stack cash, build up the business, or stay where I am and then it's going to take longer? Or do I want to stay where I am and then, be able to, there's just so many decisions. And being single, it's very different because I don't have the roots here. Obviously, I have my son and I need to be respectful to his father, of course. But I mean, he's 10 now. It's very different than he was little. So it's all about what we want. It is so much different. Shelly's saying, please take the class. Like, if you have not already, Ruth, Personal Finance and a Leash, that's going to go live in September. It's a really fantastic class. I'm really proud of it. It's a 12-week course on teaching you how to budget, how to get a new understanding of your money. It really does go hand in hand with the price increase class, because a lot of times we think we want more money. But if I hand a groomer $500 a week, $1,000 a week, or $2,000 a week, it's not going to solve her problem if she doesn't know how to manage money. I mean, that's why very, very wealthy people end up with bankruptcy, because it's not a money problem. It's a behavioral problem. It's an understanding problem. It's an us problem. It doesn't matter how much money I make. I can piss it all away if I don't know what I'm doing and if I don't learn how to make decisions. And it is not easy, especially right now. This is a very unprecedented time, and I don't know what's going to happen with the economy. All I know is I'm here for my people, which is my groomers, and I want to make sure that you guys have all the tools that you have. But I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate you all being here. It really was so much fun talking with you guys. Like I said before, if you want to start getting in the Facebook group, my free Facebook group is called Savvy Pet Professionals. We talk business, finance, personal finance, business, and lifestyle. And when I say lifestyle, it's because, listen, guys, I want you to live the life you want. If you are a greedy, bougie bitch like me and you want to have fun, just do that. Do what you want to do. That's the most important thing, is living the life that you want. I also highly suggest you guys consider signing up for my Price Increase Masterclass. It is an intense 6-week class where we're going to teach you all about how to not only reevaluate the prices that you have, if you need to implement them, and also how to talk to your clients about it. I think all too often we have scenarios where we are thinking about doing a price increase, but we really need to do a complete price restructuring. And then once we've restructured the pricing, we're like, okay, now how do I tell everyone we're going to do all of this? And I think that is so very important. It's so important for us to go ahead and do that in the right way and be very delicate. And depending upon when you sign up, there are different bonuses. Some of them include one-on-one coaching, which is a really nice add-on that you can either use with myself so we can strategize and make sure your numbers are right, or you can go with Quincy, and Quincy is the master of scripts. She really is. So you can do it either way. Some people have done it both ways. But you're also going to have support in the group during that, and then you're going to have access to all of the recordings forever. So you're going to be perfectly fine. Even if you are a little bit of time off, you can do all of that. I would highly suggest you consider doing that. I think everyone at this point really needs to understand what they're doing with their pricing and restructure it. I don't think enough people understand how and why they structure their pricing. There's just too many people that are just kind of like, I called 5 places and this is the middle of the price, without really understanding it. And it's kind of funny because I feel like it's like this, like those movies that like you're watching the first couple of, or like series, you watch the couple of episodes and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what? Just kidding. Because the first couple ones we're teeing you up to understand how to put the pieces together. So if you do sign up, don't be frustrated the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's to really get an in-depth perspective of your business very quickly, because we have 6 weeks, and then we do put the puzzle pieces together with you. And then after that, we're able to go ahead and help you. I'm really grateful that we can do this, because like we helped 28 people last time change their businesses. And I believe right now we have about 12 or 15. We do a maximum of 30. And it's amazing that it would normally take a one-on-one coaching client 12 weeks to do this. And I can only do 10 a month. And it's amazing to get so many people creating so much change so quickly. It's really, I'm really grateful. It really is. Ruth is saying, yes, she is. And then Shelly says, I'm debt-free and saving for my second mobile. Yeah, Shelly and I did a coaching call today, and I'm really excited to see all the changes she's implementing. And I'm so excited for her to do what's best for her and her business. And that's the most important thing, is doing what's best for you and your business, not just doing what other people tell you to do or tell you should want. They're not living your life. They don't know what you want. right? You want what you want. So I want you to want what you want and get what you want. As somebody who built a business I ended up resenting, it was fun, but it wasn't what I wanted, and I ignored what I wanted. I wanted to be the mom that dropped their kid off at school and picked him up. I wanted to be the mom that had weekends off. Although weekends off, honestly, is it's so, what's the word I want? It's overrated. It's pretty overrated, guys. But I'm going to let you go because I am going to go hop on a call with my attorney. Just doing some background stuff. Super exciting. We have lots coming down with Savvy Groomer this year. There's a lot of things coming down the pipeline, and we're just doing the best we can. So, I wish we could make everything go faster, but I want to make sure everything's done right. That's the most important thing to me, is that they're done in a way that supports you long term. All right, guys. So it was awesome talking with you. And today we were talking about what is a business retreat, and hopefully I didn't make you have any FOMO. Don't worry, we're definitely going to have more in the future. I am hoping to have one in January, February. It might be too soon, but I'd love an excuse to hide from the snow. So we'll see. All right, guys. I will talk to you later. And as always, happy grooming.